It's the same, honestly. That's weird. It says resist element. It raises elemental resistance. Don't know why, but it doesn't actually show it. I think it's actually if you use it in battle, it'll do it. But there you go.
Elio, Briggs' son, has really strange ability. I bet if I keep practicing, I'll be able to do it too. So I'm giving it my all.
We've heard those names before.
Welcome, welcome! If you need it, we've got it. See anything you need?
If we actually look at the items they have, we've got better weaponry. Not better mail, though. They actually have some pretty good armor. Silver armlets, we've got the same or better. Silver helm is going to be the same defense as the Viking helm. I don't want to give up that attack, so I'm going to leave that alone. And those pretty much are the same. The only thing I'm really looking at doing is doing this here. We'll kind of switch things up a little bit. Even though it's nothing but benefits, otherwise I wouldn't do it because it's not really worth it. Too much. Okay. This here. The demonic staff, it doesn't give... We actually have better stuff. Okay. Even though there are cursed items in this game, this, as weird as it is, isn't one of them, which doesn't make any sense because it's a demonic staff, but whatever, I guess. We'll get into the cursed items when we actually approach that in the long run, later on when we actually do get one. But currently, that is not it. So if it is a buff for you, go ahead and get it. It's Bad Omen's a good ability. This is good for them, although we cannot afford it. There is a Synergy Crystal for sale, so if you want to give yourself a second one, you can do that. Water of Life as well. I might actually need to invest in that. Let's buy one and give it to you. Captain's Asterisk, Themis' Axe, Blow Mace, Full Metal Vest, Fusion Shield. Okay, so a lot of things we already had. We don't need the game tickets. And I got this from a fight on the sea. I don't need that either. It just takes up inventory. Honestly, I don't really have anything else. So we're kind of not running too fantastic on money. We can hopefully change that at some point, but we're currently not there. Make it away across this road. When is Briggs going to return with food for the village? We can't wait much longer.
We've seen a lot of traveling warriors in Champa of late. We never used to. I wonder if it's a coincidence or that we've seen so many lately.
A group of travelers came here looking for a Felix. He seems like a fairly popular guy.
Okay. So, Felix is being looked for, as well as Isaac. Prospects around, I guess.
The Champa sailors aren't well liked outside of here, are we?
No, not really.
Really? That's nice to hear.
But if you hear anything, don't believe a word of... Wait, hold on, what? That's nice to hear, but if you hear anything, don't believe a word of it. Let's say yes.
Hey, that hurts. You could at least just lie to me, just to be polite.
If you keep spreading rumors like that, you'll have a rough time around here. Our matriarch is the last successor of Uncle. She is the master of the forge. It was the ancient gift of the uncle. There's nothing broken that they couldn't fix. The cliff caves are a lot quieter with Briggs gone. It's a little lonely without him here. But yeah, this is actually where Briggs is from. Come over here, we get 12 coins. Sorry. To whoever left that in there. Oh, what? Champa is overpowered, but soon will prosper again. All of our hopes rest on Briggs returning with a ship filled with treasure. Well, someone else said something about food, so I don't think treasure's the main need you guys have. We will go from left to right here. The Champa sailor who don't believe in the cliffs are no better than cowards. The ones living in the caves will protect Briggs and Obada without a second thought. Obaba. I don't know why I thought there was a D there. All of our men went to sea with Briggs, even my sweetheart. I hope they return soon. Well, they're kind of arrested because of some shenanigans they were pulling. Alright. But if it wasn't obvious, they're quite liked. I bet you're wondering why sailors and their families get to live in the cliff dwellings. Well, from up here on the cliffs, families can look out to the sea and await the return of their sailors. Well, that's nice. Come over here. Before he left, Briggs ordered me to keep a watch in his absence. So if Obaba is so worried about Briggs, she ought to send someone to look for him. And there's nothing in this area. Hurry up note. We don't need to go back downstairs. That goes upstairs. And this leads into this room. My husband wants our children to be sailors like him, but I simply won't have it. Probably for the better right now because of how all that's going. Obaba's not seeing anyone right now. She's concerned about her grandson and doesn't want to be bothered. And you can't go in. But she'll come out.
Has my grandson returned? Has my Briggs come home?
No, he hasn't.
I asked not to be disturbed until my grandson has returned home. Now, let me be.
She's one of those people that we'll deal with later, but currently, it's one of those things that you want to keep a note of. That she's right there. I believe there's actually something in this pot. Yes, there is a lucky medal. Nice. There is a reason why we're stockpiling these lucky medals, but we'll get to that when there's more of a reason to get to that. Alright. Come up here. That pit is Obaba's forge. She uses it when she's working metal into weapons and equipment. So this is actually a second forging area that will only be available for certain ingredients. She won't work with everything, but eventually she'll open up and we can actually have the ability to create items through the forge here. I think it's like one or two things that can do it. Actually, I don't... Now think about it. I don't remember if she... I know she does something story related. It's just... I don't actually remember if I've done I'll have to check and see when things are resolved in this area. And that's the flag of the pirates that they fly. But it we'll have to come back with resolving. Oh gosh, again! Hey Alex. Something to Felix, but golly, because I hold the B button down because I'm trying to run around. Ugh. I don't know why it skips like that. That's just weird. Alex! Alex? Who's Alex?
Alex is a water adept. We had been traveling together, but he left us when we landed on Indra.
A water adept? Ah, and I see you've made a new friend. You've been busy, haven't you?
I guess you could say that.
And you found yourself a new water adept! Do you mean to cast me away like old trash? What do you want with us now, Alex? Or did you forget you were the one who abandoned us? My dear Jenna, have you come to despise me so, after all we've been through?
I mean...
You did leave us! I love how the yes for this answer has a smiley face.
Oh, no. Yes, no.
I haven't. Genuinely, I haven't despised Alex, so we'll just say no. Duh, you're the one who left us. It's pretty clear who despises whom here. My, aren't we the bitter bunch? And I was just trying to help with your little task.
We have no concern of your help. We can light the lighthouses without you.
Oh, can you really? Karst! That's right, Karst. I'm flattered you remember. What is this, Alex? What is going on? Ah, how can I explain this?
What's going on is Alex demonstrating his remarkable foresight once again.
Oh, you have not had the pleasure of an introduction? He stayed back at the ship when I saw them in Mardra.
I am Agito.
Or Agatiyo? His name's weird.
Let's see. That guy's Felix, and the other girls are Jenna and Shiva, which makes him Creighton. They all look like an unreliable bunch of ragamuffins.
Yes, they are rather useless, aren't they? That's why I finally abandoned them, of course. But now, I believe I may have made... gosh, talking. But now, I believe I may have been hasty in my judgment. Are you Piers? How did you know my name? How soon they forget. We met you before, when you were being detained. Who could forget the amateur adept changing water to ice in that strange little town?
Ah, you saw that. That must be how you knew Piers was a water adept.
In fact, I was even thinking of borrowing his ship at one point. How could you steal someone's boat? That's so typical, Alex. Oh, you wound me, Jenna. I only meant to borrow it. Whatever you might have meant, that doesn't make it right. And just when I was about to seize the opportunity, you had come back. You mean from Kimboabo? I was mere moments too late.
Isn't that a shame? Still,
Because of that, I did meet Carson and Agito. So I'm gonna call him Agito, even though that's probably not how his name's actually pronounced, because that's how I've pronounced it for years. So, oh, perhaps it was my fate.
Can't you just stop talking about yourself for 1 second, Alex?
Enough of your child describes, Alex. I want to know what makes these punks useful. Because they brought us the orb that Akufubu had taken. That shows some resourcefulness.
How so?
The Kimbobo are quite warlike, or were at any rate. Recovering the orb was most likely not easy.